What is up, my friends? Welcome back to Your Average Gent. My name is Evan. This video is actually inspired by my recent experience. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been attending lessons and classes. Some of them are really interesting and engaging, but some are just so atrociously boring. It's almost like listening to lullaby. So I couldn't help it but think to myself, gosh, I gotta make a video on this. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the 7 do's and 7 don'ts of a great, interesting, and engaging presentation. So that if you are required to do a presentation, you won't make the same mistake. And without further ado, let's begin. Now, the first don't for a presentation is do not talk to your slide or read off your slide. So many people are doing this, and it is a telltale sign of a lack of preparation. When you spend most of your time reading off the slides, you're basically disengaging your audience. And when that happens, the connection between you and the audience will be lost, and that is how you lose your audience. So the first do for a presentation is to look at your audience when you are presenting. Rehearse well and run through your slides before the presentation so that you do not have to keep constantly referring back to your slides. You are supposed to be the experts at whatever you're presenting, and the slides are supposed to be just there to support yourself. So when you present, be present and keep your eyes on the audience. The second presentation don't is do not have wordy slides. When you have slides that are too wordy, it just makes your presentation super boring and super dry. And think about it, if your audience can learn everything by reading your slides, what is the use of a presenter? So the second do of a presentation is to use as little words as possible and use lots of photos. And also for your slides, try not to use super lengthy sentences, use bullet points instead. When using the bullet points, try to follow the 6x6 rule. 6 bullet points or less per slide and 6 words or less per bullet point. The third presentation don't is do not speak in a monotonous tone during a presentation. I feel bored of myself already saying all those lines. You get what I mean? Should be very self-explanatory. So the third do for a presentation is to have varied intonations when you speak. Nobody wants to hear the same tone throughout the presentation unless they have a sleeping problem and they just want to fall asleep. So use a variety of intonations to emphasize points and to keep the attention of the audience on you. Now, presentation don'ts number 4 is do not hold back your emotions. And of course, that means do inject your emotions when you speak. So there was this presentation about workplace safety, and the presenter was talking about construction site casualties and accidents. And when he talked about the casualties, he said it in a super monotonous way, and as he was describing it, none of us really felt anything. I know it's bad, but he simply did not create the emotional impact when he was describing the accident. So building on to my previous point, on top of having a variety of intonations in your presentation, you gotta inject emotions when you are speaking as well. When you are talking about something that is happy, you should be super excited. And when you are talking about something that is sad, your emotions should reflect your empathy and your sorrow as well. Let your audience feel the exact emotion that you feel during a presentation. And this will make your presentation that much more impactful. Presentation don'ts number 5 is do not under any circumstances to overshoot your time limit. I was sitting through this class last week, and the presenter was actually pretty interesting. She spoke with a variety of intonations and her slides was pretty effective, but she lost all of us when her time limit was up. And she said to us, wow, I did not know that my time is up. I'm only halfway through the presentation. All of us was actually pretty excited about her presentation coming to an end, but when she said that her presentation was only halfway through, she totally just lost all of us for the next 1 hour. And yes, she overshot by an hour. So presentation do number 5, please keep your presentation within the time limit. Keep it short and sweet. It is always to keep it short and concise than to drag on and on and on and on. You are gonna eventually lose all your audience. Presentation don'ts number 6 is do not sit down when you are doing a presentation. Now, when you sit down in front of your desktop or laptop during a presentation, it creates a barrier between you and the audience. In addition to that, the audience are sitting down too. And when you also sit down, it's like you're in the same eye level as your audience. So the audience at the back might not even be able to see you. So presentation do number 6 is to just simply stand up when you are doing your presentation. Walk around the stage if you want to. Take the stage. Fill the stage with your presence. And when you do that, you're gonna command attention, which is necessary because you want the audience to pay attention to what you have to say. Last but not least, presentation don'ts number 7 is to do not engage the audience. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm just gonna lump the do and the don'ts together for number 7. So my presentation tip number 7 is to please engage your audience as much as you can when you are presenting. So what do I mean by engaging your audience? It basically means to involve your audience in your presentation. This is usually done by asking your audience questions, asking your audience to raise their hands, asking your audience to do a quiz on Kahoot, or maybe just to play a little game with your audience before the start of your presentation. Engaging the audience is one of the best ways to keep the attention of your audience because it makes the presentation 2 ways instead of just 1 way. Now finally, before I go, I want to throw in a bonus tip, and that is to always keep a high energy during your presentation. Be interested in whatever that you're talking about by projecting a high level of energy throughout your presentation. Now think about it, if you yourself are not interested in whatever you're talking about, how can you expect your audience to be interested in you? And that is why you also see me projecting this high level of energy in front of the camera, because I want to get your attention. So there you go, the 7 do's and don'ts for a killer presentation. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, professors, lecturers, so that nobody will ever need to go through a boring ass lecture or presentation again. And that is it for this week's video. If you like this video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, my friends, I will see you guys next week.